Mr. Ryan Hall, 2:04:58 marathon guy. From 2007 to 2012, you ran 10 marathons, 9 of them under 210. And at that time, you weighed what?
137 is what I raced best at, yeah.
And when you retired, I think you were down to like 127.
Yeah, I think that was part of the problems. I got too lean, too light, and my body couldn't sustain it. So yeah, I was down to 127. I'm 5'10", so really, really skinny.
And back then, I remember seeing you in a weight room, and you were starting to pump up. Was that something you felt you were going to do from the time you retired?
Yeah, I mean, like most pro athletes, like we struggle as we leave this season of being a professional athlete, and I was concerned about like my mental health, my emotional health. Am I going to fall into a deep depression? Because I mean, running was my everything for like 20 years, right? So you pull that out, I was like, I don't know what's going to happen inside here when that happens.
You're young, right? When you're like 32, 33?
I was 33 at the time, so it's like 5 years ago. And I knew like, okay, how do I stay true to who I am? And who I am as a person is I love challenges. I love like seeing physical growth. I love seeing change in my body, adaptation based on the training. I need to push myself physically every single day or else I'm just not going to be very much fun to be around. So I was like, how do I stay true to that even though I'm not running anymore? In the weight room was like the perfect opportunity. It was an activity that's really anabolic in nature. After doing running at such a high level and such an extreme level, which is super catabolic, it was just my body was just soaking up all the lifting I was doing, all the eating I was doing. I felt my energy coming back, my hormones got restored. So it was just like the perfect activity for me to transition into just to get my body back in a healthy state after, like I said, being in a really depleted, really catabolic state for so many years.
And I know at the beginning the goal was, if I could lift 300, that'd be special. But now we're up here at Big Bear, and the goal is you're gonna deadlift 500, and then run a sub 5 minute mile. And for most people, Ryan, they would go, okay, I'm gonna do it at sea level. I'm gonna do it at 6 in the morning, right? I'm gonna do it when it's cool. I'm gonna not do it up at altitude, and I'm certainly not gonna do it on an old dirt track. But this is home, right?
Yeah.
Talk about the history of this track for you.
I mean, it's not just the history of this track, it's the history of this town. So I was 5 years old when we came here, and I helped my dad build our house. And ever since then, it's like this, not only this place has been so special, but this community's been so special.
So take us through what exactly is gonna happen.
All right, so got my weights out here. So I'm gonna go do a little warm up. I'm gonna jog 400 meters around the track, do a couple drills and strides, and come back here, start warming up on the deadlift. And actually, this will be my first time ever running out of a deadlift. So I've never tried running out of a deadlift before. I've pulled 520 pounds in practice before. I pulled 500 4 days ago, so I'm pretty sure I can get the weight up, but we'll see. Deadlift can be like hit or miss. It's gonna be a real bummer if I can't get the weight up. But what I'm gonna do then is just start adding plates on as I'm warming up, getting ready to go, getting the back nice and warm, and then I'll get to 500 pounds. And how the challenge works is the timer. My dad's gonna be timing, my daughter Lily's gonna be our secondary timer just in case my dad's watch breaks or something like that. But the time starts as soon as I touch the bar. So I'm gonna have some wrist straps on because it helps me grip better, but I won't actually touch the bar. I roll it out kind of Eddie Hall style and Thor style, and I roll it back towards me, and then you'll see me grab onto the bar, and that's when my dad will start the watch, and I'll rip up that deadlift, Lord willing, and then put it back down and then take off on my way. My dad's gonna be giving me splits on this 200, and this is a 440 track, so 4 laps is a mile, not like a 1600 meter track. And when I cross, my dad made a little finish line here for me. Hopefully the deadlift and that mile will have taken place in under 5 minutes. So it means it's probably gonna take me 5 seconds or so to do the deadlift because I gotta put it back down and get my straps off. So about 5 seconds to do the deadlift. So that means I'm gonna have to run about 4:54. So it's gonna be a real challenge. And I'm 180 pounds now. So running feels completely different than when I was 137 pounds. I mean, the run part of this, it's like I've run 26 miles way faster than this repeatedly, right? It's like, it wouldn't have been that hard in my prime, but I also couldn't even pick up 150 pounds off the ground in my prime running. So marrying the two is a real unique challenge. And I went through phases where I had the deadlift, but not the mile. And then I had the mile and not the deadlift, and now they're kind of converging. So hopefully it all comes together today. We'll see how it goes. I'm gonna have spikes on too. I've never pulled a deadlift in a spike before, so that will be interesting. And there's some weeds growing in lane 1 and stuff that I'll be dodging, but I can't wait to get into it. It's gonna be epic.
Can't wait. Good luck, Ryan.
Thanks, guys.
Let's go! What? Go!
500, clean 500, and then ran a 528. And I know you want to go sub 5. Were you happy with that?
Yeah, you know, like I thought I could do it. I thought I could break 5, but learned a lot today. Learned how hard it is to sprint off a bar. Learned about going out a little, just a touch too fast maybe, but mainly just it was a lot harder than I thought it was gonna be running a mile off a 500-pound pole. So got to get my deadlift better. Got to get my run a little bit better, and mainly I'm probably gonna have to head to sea level to do this. It was really fun to try to attempt this in my hometown at 6,700 feet, but there's a reason why I never ran 2:09 for the marathon up here. It's a lot easier at sea level, so I think I'll head down for my next attempt, maybe San Diego.
A few minutes later.
Well, I'm still kind of craving some dessert, so I think we try the deadlift mile.
Okay.
A version of the beer mile.
Yes.
Only with 405 pounds. I'm not going to pull that 500 again. That was,
So you'll do a lift, quarter, lift, quarter,
Exactly.
lift, quarter, lift, quarter.
Yep. See how fast I can do a mile with 4 times 405.
Well, so put that challenge out there for anybody.
Yeah, just, you know, that's the thing. It's like sometimes you train really hard for something that doesn't happen. There's still other challenges to be had, other things to go after. And not that I'm gonna try, I'm gonna do this.
Yeah.
Mark my words, I'm gonna get this challenge. Like, this sounds like fun. Pulling 405 at the end of every lap, like that sounds like just my jam, you know? So find something that works for you, that's exciting for you, and incorporate that in your day-to-day training.
And watching you run those 100-meter sprints at the end, there was, like, your face just lit up. When you were back in the day when you were running, I bet you'd think of a 100-yard sprint and go, oh my God, I would never do that. It's like your body wants to do that.
Yeah, no, I hated sprinting when I was a marathoner. I wasn't good at it all, so I had to force myself to do it. And it's because I didn't have any power in my legs. So I'd go to sprint and it just didn't feel good. The sensation didn't feel good. I didn't have proper mechanics because I had no power. But after lifting for 5 years, I have a ton of power in my legs compared to what I used to have. And so now I'm just like licking my chops. I just did this for fun at the end of the workout. I'm like, guys, I have to sprint at the end because this is so much fun. Like, I feel like a tiger just like eating up the ground. It's like such a cool sensation. Even though I'm 38 years old, I come out here and I'm faster than I've ever been in my life, you know, and it's fun. Like, I just want to be on the track. I want to do sprints. And that's what, like, fitness is supposed to be all about, right? It's like healthy bodies, but also just doing something where you're just like licking your chops and you're just like, oh, I just want to do this so bad. It feels so good when I do this. And that's how I feel about sprinting now. And I'm grateful that I got into lifting. It's made sprinting fun again for me.
Love it. Ryan, thanks for letting us come up and shoot this. I love the deadlift challenge.
Yeah, we're going to do it again. We're going to capture it when it actually happens, but I appreciate you guys coming up. It's always good chatting with you, Bob, all throughout the years. You're always my favorite guy to do interviews with. We've had a lot of classic ones over the years, so it's awesome to have you back up here and capturing this.
From Big Bear, the deadlift challenge with Mr. Ryan Hall. Thanks, everybody, for checking us out.